Instant reaction to the rumours circulating this Monday lunchtime about Sport Republic potentially putting Southampton Football Club up for sale. Look, this is rumours at this moment in time. This is instant reaction. There'll be more on the channel tonight. I'm going to be live this evening from around 7 p.m. onwards on YouTube, and you can come and get involved. It's usually the final word, but I think it's going to be dominated by this story that is circulating this Monday lunchtime. And it all come about around mid-morning when Simon Jordan was on his show with Jim White on TalkSport, and they often mention Saints on there. Jim White with quite close connections to Dragan Solak. I'm not sure that he had loads to say in this, Jim White. I haven't heard the whole transcript of it, but I did hear myself a rumour a little while ago that they could potentially move the football club on. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I'd be very surprised if they do, Sport Republic, look to sell it at this moment in time. But do you know what? This is terrible timing. This is not a story that you want in the public domain right now. Certainly with relegation, we've got to attract players. You've got to go and get a manager now. There's a lot of work to be done at the club over the summer. And to have instability and rumours circulating around the ownership is not ideal. Of course, they're going to come out and deny it. And they have done that. Alfie House tweeted around an hour or so ago, and he said that the club he had spoken to his sources and the club have denied it. And no surprise that they have denied it. I wouldn't imagine they want it out in the public domain if that is what they're intending to do. 158 million was the price tag rumoured to be what they want for the football club, but that is circulating. I'm not convinced by this story whatsoever. Solak was on TalkSport early on this year. I think it was January time. I think it was around the time that Juric was appointed. Not long afterwards, he was with Jim White on TalkSport. Like I said, they have a very good relationship, those two. And he said he was here for the long term. He took the chair for a reason, because he wanted to take control and that he meant business and he wanted to kick the club on. So it would be quite the turnaround if he's gone from that to deciding to want to sell it. Hence me thinking I'm not 100% convinced by this. I don't have any sources myself, so I can't back up any of this at all. It's just rumours that you're seeing across X. Give me all your thoughts in the comments box below. Would you like the ownership to sell the football club? You have to be careful for what you wish for in football. Look, this lot have had an absolute disaster since they come in charge of Southampton Football Club, since they took over. They said they weren't going to make major changes when they took it on because it was in a fairly good place. Financially, it needed a bit more in terms of injection of cash to kick it on. But they promised stability. They haven't brought any stability at all. They've had a really, really tough time with it. For whatever reason, they made a lot of changes behind the scene. A lot of staff moved on. Some good members of staff as well. Some very, very good people. And they're missing some great people at that football club. Martin Semmens, you've got to give him credit. Takes a lot of flack. But I tell you what, he done a hell of a job with no budget under the Chinese ownership. I think he done really well with Ralph Hasenhüttl. Like a phenomenal job. And it can't be taken away. And when you reflect upon it now, you can reflect on his job and say, well, actually, you've done a really good job. But it will be interesting to see what unravels now. But I don't like the instability. I hope that Solak maybe comes out and says a bit more. He might do that on TalkSport via Jim White because of that relationship that he has with him. Maybe, just maybe, he will come out and have a little bit more to say on it. And I hope he does. And he puts the record straight if he's not intending to sell it. But look, every business, if you've got a business, like I've had many businesses over the years, if somebody comes along and offers you money for it and it's the right offer, any business is for sale really. And I'm sure that's the same in football as well. You're always looking ahead, and if the right offer does come along, you'd be like, it's like your car, isn't it? If someone offers you good money for your car and it's worth more than what you think, you think about selling it, wouldn't you, if you don't need the money? But this guy is a multi-billionaire, this guy, Solak. How he's become a millionaire, I don't know. When you look at his track record at Southampton with what they've done there, he's ploughed some serious money in, the guy, isn't he? Let's be totally honest. He's put some serious cash in. They've just made so many bad decisions during that period of time since they've been here. Wrong managers. They couldn't wait to get rid of Ralph. Disastrous decision to bring Nathan Jones in, all led by Rasmus Ankersen, who will have to take a lot of the responsibility for what's happened at the football club. There's no doubt about that. He's made some major issues as well. yeah, managerial appointments, transfer windows. You could go on and on and on about the disastrous time they've had here. But when you look at it, we're back in the same league as Pompey. When they took over, we were top half of the Premier League. We're mid-table Premier League club, doing really, really well, absolutely flying, really and truly. We had a great spell under Ralph Hasenhüttl, and then we have a terrible summer in the transfer window, and it's all gone downhill from then. You look at Pompey, they were struggling in League One. We're in the Premier League top half, and now we're playing each other in the Championship next season, which breaks me a bit really. One of my friends texted me yesterday. He said, "Martin, you realise they've put us as bad as Pompey. We're as bad as Pompey. We're not quite, but we're in the same league as them next season." But give me all your reaction in the comments box below. We'll react a bit more to it later on. I'm sure there'll be more stories circulating around there this afternoon. But that's some instant reaction. Be careful what you wish for, would be my thoughts. And if we can get another owner in, you have to be look at Sheffield Wednesday's owner. Imagine if you ended up with an owner like that, but the timing is absolutely terrible. It's not good at all. They need to find a manager, and we will talk about the manager tonight as well, because there's a lot of rumours around the manager and who they want. Will Still has been interviewed, they said. TalkSport again reporting this. They've got close links to the club. People keep saying, "Oh, it's talk shite," whatever they want to say about it. At the end of the day, they've got good links with the football club. I've said about Jim White and his relationship with Solak. They get information. These people do, good journalists get information. Will Still was interviewed apparently. Frank Lampard was rumoured to be at training ground last week. I heard that around the ground the weekend. And then there's a lot of talk of Eric Ramsey, who was the assistant at Man United a little while ago. He's over in America. I don't know loads about him at this moment in time, but he worked under Ten Hag. Not sure about that as an appointment neither. I think that could be, disastrous appointments. I don't like the sound of any of them at all, other than Still. I think Will Still could be a very, very interesting appointment if that was to happen. Danny Roll still very much on that list. We'll talk more about it later on though. That's my instant reaction. Our Sport Republic selling Southampton Football Club. I would think it's unlikely, but there are rumours circulating.